Okay, Wobbly has made sure to get what Wobbly needs done. Wobbly's added more food, picked up more ammo, looted another place. Have plenty of stuff on standby. Should probably take those out of here. Put them over here. I got some resources for free. And yeah. I should probably be roasting those rocks into cement. The rest of them I'm gonna have to turn into whatever. Let's see. I need to grab them first. I turn all that into sand. I'm gonna have those melt down as soon as possible or whatever. And so far, Wobbly's experiments are going well. Oh. While Wobbly was exploring, he found a rank 6 hammer and an iron shovel. Wobbly's gonna charge this battery up, just so that he can sell it for later. Should only be worth about 100, or I think it's 60, I'm not entirely sure. Wobbly's facility is coming along well. The lighting is going pretty well. I decided to go with these protected floodlight systems, like that one. Genuinely going like really facilitated. I need this, but unfortunately I do not know how to get like metal consoles like the ones you see laying around amongst the wasteland as a decorative item into this particular area. So far it's coming along well, the construction design. I've added some trussing here in order to accommodate materials. I've begun digging back this wall right here entirely as a whole, and when I'm digging it back, it's going to go pretty far back and probably pretty largely on the way down. I'm not sure how much I can break it all down, but I'm pretty sure there is a limit to how far I can break down material resources. Before eventually the game freaks out and then it won't render certain things anymore, because I know there's like a limitation to the system and how it was designed initially as a whole. I believe the game is limited to how far and how large a base can really get. So, generally speaking, I'm probably going to be able to build somewhat into the design I want. The problem is that it's probably going to have trouble loading in, or it might slow down my frame rate significantly. Man, I'm really tired. Might slow down my frame rate significantly considering I intend to use metal shutters and several types of things like garage doors or whatever, and vault doors for individual areas. But I also intend to decorate the facility itself to make it look like it was operational on a pretty grand level. So not only am I going for pleasing aesthetics, I also need to build a large crater-like hole into the ground. Try to build a sort of catwalk system that leads to maybe 2 or 3 different areas and try to generally just get it going. But it has to be massive. When I say massive, I mean large enough for me to fit a car in and drive the thing across the damn thing. I would build this thing without zombies being around, but without the XP coming in like it normally does. I'd probably get bored of building this thing and completely give up. Entirely on building the whole structure. Another reason why I need to build the underground base structure is in the event the above ground base gets completely demolished, I have to move all my resources down below. I will be making a second entrance into this installation whenever the time is right. But right now, that's just a distant dream. Even as such, this is definitely coming along pretty well. I'm pretty sure some of you can agree that the way it's turning out and its design is actually looking rather quite realistically functional. Too bad it doesn't give you more computerized related material, like entering a password or a key card or whatever in order to gain access to certain functions. And only if it were that possible. But unfortunately, I do not know any developers who would want to help me build this massive scale base I'm attempting to build. And this facility has to be increasingly largely massive so that way it can provide the game with a more upbeat functional facility. I have thought of a game, or not a game, but a name for it entirely, and personally, since the entirety of the ideal runs around a already prefabbed map called Navasgain, and it's called the Navasgain Police Department, the Navasgain National Armed Guard, or I think it's called National Guard or something like that. Navasgain National Guard, Navasgain Air Force, Navasgain, Army. Point is, I'm pretty sure this would have to be like listed under a massive size or a massive scale prefab, but I think it would work pretty well if this turns out to be like something that would be like a prefab, like Navasgain, laboratories or something like that. It's gonna have to be pretty massive and everything, very sealed, very concealed. The only thing that would probably give you an idea that there's a laboratory nearby is that it won't just be there, but the laboratory itself would be entirely just a random box-like building with another structure next to it. The entrance to the laboratory does not need to be hidden, as it's pretty much is what I'm getting at, is like, let's say that it was in actual functioning service. Up until just recently or something like that. So that's kind of like the whole ordeal. And as to why I'm building this massive place. Personally not building it for like really any other reasons, but as I work on it, it's becoming more concrete like. I still need to find a crucible so I can make a bulletproof or the bullet resistant glass. There's really no such thing as bulletproof. But to make the bullet resistant glass, that way I can pretty much put it around this entire square here. I want to replace the floor with bullet resistant glass so that way whenever you're actually running the lights on, you can see under you what's going on below you. And a lot of the entirety of this facility would need to be heavily reinforced anyways. So, the outside blocks will have to be of a harder quality of concrete. Can't just be standard base concrete. Some areas in the interior could be concrete, but metal trussing's got to be steel. The floor has to be reinforced steel. It can't just be basic concrete. It has to be very hard substance because they wanted the place to last for centuries if necessary. So, that would be like the point given there. you want the entirety of the facility to last forever. And that's kind of what I want to give it. So, yeah. It's a pretty obscenely large base, and it's very time consuming. Fortunately for me, during my last, run, when I went to go pick up that random airdrop, this happened to be inside of it. Was this in there? Oh no, this was inside of that little house that was next door to the airdrop. It was like a couple of 100 meters away. It was literally a short drive, about 25 seconds of a drive or less. Yeah, it was like 17 seconds, or I think 15 seconds away from where I was at. So I kind of just cleared the whole place, and I managed to find this cobblestone variable shape helper. And it's 500 blocks of this stuff, so it's very valuable material right there. To pass up on that would be like saying, we pass up on an unbeatable offer, a $2 million car for $10,000. Brand new, out of the box, don't care, basically. So, yeah, that would be essentially what I'm, like, genuinely aiming for. Just to, like, get this whole thing situated and organized. And there's your little update. Of course, you can see a smaller variation of it first. A smaller video, that is. So thanks for watching, Wobbly. Wobbly's going to struggle to make some content because Wobbly's health is, I believe, getting worse. Thanks for tuning in.